Good morning, students. Welcome to Good Samaritan School online classes. In the last class, we discussed on uh, magnetic effects of electric current, introduction, and the overview of this topic. And there we learned the scientist who first introduced electromagnetism to the world, and also how the magnetic field is formed, and also how the compass get deflected when it is kept on the magnetic field. All right, so we newly learned some of the concepts here in the last class, that both electricity and magnetisms are always linked to each other, right? And also a magnetic field, that means an electromagnetic effect will be formed when you keep a compass inside the magnetic field, where you can see the change or deflection when it is kept in the field. That means when a current carrying conductor. And also we learned on how the magnetic field lines are formed with some activities by keeping a bar magnet, and also by putting some iron fillings over them. By tapping it or 2-3 times, you can see there is a pattern which is formed, and that shows the magnetic field lines, how they produced, right? And also we learned on magnetic field lines are having both direction and magnitude. And also when these magnetic lines are formed, they never intersect with each other, and always there are lots of magnetic lines are formed only on the poles, not on the layers of the bar magnet. And you can see this, always these field lines starts from the north pole and end at the south pole. Okay, and these are the things we learned in the last class. And also we learned that magnetic field due to a current carrying conductor, how a current when a current carrying conductor like a copper wire is connected with a battery, and a compass needle which is kept on the parallel to that side, and you can see there is a change of direction. You can see in the compass, right? As we see that when a positive and negative are there battery, and there is a current is flowing in this direction, and you can see the compass is moving towards east on left to right. Okay, but when we reverse the current, you can see positive comes here now. When we reverse the current, then the deflection moves towards the left hand side direction, that means towards the west. So these are the things we learned. These are the basic things about the magnetic effects of electric current. And today we are going to learn a new topic, magnetic field due to the current through a straight conductor. Okay, you can see here, when a magnetic field due to a current carrying conductor, there are different patterns of uh, field or magnetic field which is formed, uh, and also there is a different patterns you can see when a current is carrying conduct or when a current is passing through the conductor. For let us study the pattern of and the direction of magnetic field produced by a current passes through a straight conductor, circular loop, and solenoid. Okay, so we are going to learn these three things, and these three things are very important. Okay, and so first of all we are going to discuss on how when a straight conductor, okay, when a straight conductor like this, okay, take an example. This is a wire, this is a wire, for example we name them as X and Y, a copper wire, and we are keeping a cardboard at very perpendicular to this wire, and then this is going to be connected to a current and also to the battery, so that we can measure the current, how much current is moving here, and also a variable resistance. You all know what is variable resistance and why we are keeping this variable resistance. Here we can use a rheostat also. Rheostat is actually used to regulate the current in an electric circuit without changing the current voltage at all. Okay, the current remains the same, but we try to increase or decrease the current. Okay, that is why we use this variable resistance. You can use rheostat also for that. Rheostat is somewhat like a instrument you can increase and decrease the current. Okay, so think that if it is kept like that, when a current is passing through this wire, as it is positive, so the current is moving this side. So what happened, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some iron fillings inside this, and I'm going to tap a little bit. You know what happens? Immediately you can see there are lots and lots of iron fillings arrange themselves in a concentric circle. Why it is forming a circular structure? It forms a concentric circular structure, right? Why it forms like that? It is because the magnitude of the magnetic field B produced at the given point is directly proportional to the current flowing in a wire. Suppose, for example, I am going to keep a compass here, okay, at a point P. I'm going to keep a compass here. What I'm going to see, immediately I can find a deflection. So what I'm going to do, normally if the current flowing in this is, for example, 1.5 volt. So now I'm going to increase the current to 2.5 volt. So how can I increase? I can vary this rheostat, increase the rheostat so that the current will flow a little increased. So what happens? Immediately, even if the current moves inside, that goes more, and I can find more number of deflection. Okay, so that is what you can find this, the magnitude of the magnetic field. That means the magnetic field also increases, even more it increases when we increase the current. More number of circles have been formed when we increase the current. And also the strength of the magnetic field, that is B, is produced at the given point is inversely proportional to the distance of the current carrying wire. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep a compass now at a point little far from the wire. Now what happens, once I keep this compass little far from the wire, I can find there is less number of the deflection of the needle will also decreases. Thus the magnetic field produced by the given current in a conductor decreases as the distance from it increases. So when the distance increased or the radius will be increased, the current, the magnetic field produced in a given current of the conductor decrease as the distance from it increases. So it can be notified that the concentric circle representing the magnetic field around the current carrying circuit, current carrying straight wire becomes larger and larger as we move away from it. So we can look at it at very close to this, they get lots of current, so you can find the concentric circle will be more very close. But as we move here, you can see there are lots of gaps will be formed here. Okay, I have drawn it here, you can understand it very clearly. The concentric circle becomes larger and larger. That means as we move away from it, you can see that it very close at the center you find lots and lots of concentric circle, very close, many, because they have lots of current. Here only current flows, so you can find many concentric circle. It means magnetic field is more. But as we move, you can see here there is a weaker magnetic field will be there. So if I keep a compass here, you can find a very large deflection. But if you keep a compass here, you can find a weaker deflection. That's what we can see, a stronger field inside and weaker field little outside. And also you can find that B is inversely proportional to R. What is B? It is magnetic field. When the radius increases more, the deflection, the magnetic field will be, yes, decreases. And so we have learned two things. One is B is directly proportional to I. The magnetic field is more when current is more. Second, when magnetic field is more, that means it is very close to the radius. That's why B, that magnetic field is inversely proportional to the radius. So when the radius is less, magnetic field is more. When the radius is little far, then the magnetic field will be, yes, very less. Okay, so based on that, we are going to learn right hand thumb rule. That means the Maxwell's right hand thumb rule, and it is very, very important for us to learn this concept. Okay, what is this right hand thumb rule says? If a straight conductor carrying a current is held in a right hand in such a way that the thumb points along the conductor in the direction of the current, then the direction of the curled finger of the hand gives the direction of the field. For example, okay, this is the wire. Think that this is the wire, a copper wire. You think that I'm holding this copper wire. Okay, so this is the copper wire, the pen, and this I'm holding it on my right hand. So this thumb indicates the current moving. Okay, so current is moving in this direction, top direction. So when the current is moving on the from niche se upar, okay, in this direction, so the magnetic field will be formed like this, okay, in this direction. Look at my curved finger, in this direction. So that's what I am given here. When the current is moving in this direction, it means that positive here and negative that side. So positive here and negative this side. That means the current is moving in this direction. Okay, so the magnetic lines will be moved towards this direction, towards my, yes, towards my finger direction. Suppose when the current is ulta, that means reversed, then it will be like this. So you can look at that. This is what the current moving in this direction, right? And the curved finger is on that side, so it moves towards that side. So it moves towards this direction. Will you understand? This is what Maxwell's right hand thumb rule. The next topic is the magnetic field due to the current through a circular loop. For example, if a current is moving in a circular loop, for example, this is a cardboard and I'm going to put a curved loop like this, okay, and is going to be connected towards positive and negative. Okay, this is positive and negative, and this is a cardboard, so that two holes will be formed and the loop will be like this. Okay, it is given in your book also, page number 229, right? It looks like that. Suppose if there is a curved loop, how the field lines are formed. So that is what we are going to learn now. So the magnetic field produced by this circular coil is always stronger than the magnetic field produced by the straight current carrying conductor. So how and it forms? Take an example, if it like this. Okay, so think that I'm just want to keep it like this, and this is the cardboard. You think in that way, okay, and it is connected like this, and two place you can see a loop will be formed. Okay, I'll show you another way. You can see an example like this. This is a cardboard. I put some wire by putting some two holes so that the wire will be seen like this. Okay, and this will go down, and here it will be connected to the positive and the negative of the battery. Okay, so once this wire will be there like this, so what happens now? How the magnetic field will be formed? So for example, Okay, I am going to draw this as positive and this as a negative. Okay, so the current is flowing in this direction. Okay, so it moving towards this direction. Okay, this direction and come this direction. So when it moves this direction, you can find, and this edges, you can find lots of circles. Okay, and here also you can find lots of circles. This we don't name them as a circle, actually this is a magnetic field lines. Okay, so what happens, so you think that this current is moving in this direction, so it will be like this. Okay, current is moving in this direction, so the magnetic field will be formed from this side. Will you understand now? Okay, it moves towards this side, sorry, this side, this side. Okay, now the current is coming this direction. Will you understand now? This direction means ulta jata hai. Okay, so it goes towards this direction. Okay, and come this direction. So this is how the concentric circles will be formed. So okay, now when it comes here and also comes here, what about to the middle? So when it comes here and this field line, for example, we keep them as y and this keep them as an x. This y will say this is my border and this x will say this is my border. So when it comes to the middle, you will find they move in a straight line. Okay, straight line. So north and the south pole. So what we can name them? So how we can identify the poles from these two? Okay, the poles identification is little difficult, but it depends upon the current. For example, for poles we write it like this simply. If it is north pole, just elongate this and also elongate this side, so the current is moving towards, if it moving toward this side, then it is north pole. And south pole, just put a S and also just elongate this and write it as the arrow mark. I just explain you how it forms. For example, you can look at here in this activity sheet, current is moving in this direction. Okay, this direction means if it moves this direction, then it goes towards this side, right? So that means all will move towards this side and the current is flowing towards this side. And you look at it properly, this is act as a south pole. You can look at here, compare this. Can you see that arrow mark is going this side and it is coming this direction? Can you see that? So it is actually a south pole. Okay, how to get a north pole? Just reverse the direction. Here you put a positive and here you put a negative, then it reverses towards the north pole direction. Understand? You try that by yourself. Okay, so this is how the magnetic field, when it is formed on the circular loop. Okay, what are the factors on which the strength of the magnetic field is produced? First thing, the strength of the magnetic field produced by the current carrying a conductor loop is inversely proportional to the distance of it. So as we know that the radius, right, as the radius increases, then the magnetic field will decrease. Clear? You can see here lots and lots of magnetic field will be formed, but when the radius increased, you can see a little lesser amount of magnetic field. Okay, inversely proportional to the radius. The second thing is the strength of the magnetic field produced by the circular coil at a given point is directly proportional to current. So when we increase the current, now we are putting a little bit of current, 1.5 volt, you can find little amount of magnetic field. If you increase the current, then more number of magnetic field will be formed. The third thing is magnetic field strength can be increased by increasing the number of turns of the wire. If here you can see only one loop, right? So if we have more loops, number of turns of the coil is more, that means you can take an example in your book also is given in page number 229. There's a bunch of coil. Here we made only two loops. You can see here two loops, two wires. If we have many wires like this, then yes, magnetic field will be, or strength will be even more increased. Understood? And the last thing, the magnetic field due to the current in a solenoid. You can see that. For example, if I have number of turns of coils or wounded on any kind of uh, we can say that metallic or a non-metallic substance also, and we pass the electricity. So what happened? How this produce a magnetic lines? In a solenoid, this is what a solenoid. It produces a field in which the magnetic lines of forces are very much similar to that of a bar magnet. You think that bar magnet में कैसे होता है? This is north pole and this is south pole. It start from north to end at the south. Start at north and end at the south. Right? But here, this is actually the coil, right? It looks like a many coils. It looks round. So inside the magnetic lines will be produced, and also outside the magnetic lines are produced. How it is producing? For example, it looks like this solenoid, and you can see the magnetic lines are produced like this. Okay, and also on the top. But when you watch carefully, inside and outside you can find the lines are moving. So the magnetic field inside the solenoid is uniform, but the magnetic field outside the solenoid is not uniform. What is actually uniform and non-uniform? Uniform is nothing but if the magnetic field is equal to the magnitude of the same direction at every point in a space, the field is said to be uniform. Okay, and the non-uniform is nothing but the magnetic field is not equal to the magnitude and the direction is also not same in every point in that space. The field is said to be non-uniform. If I want to understand more, you can see this straight lines are formed uniform, and you can see here there is no straight line. This is a curved line are formed outside the solenoid, so they are non-uniform. Clear? So what makes them if you see clearly, I can say that inside the solenoid the magnetic field is constant in magnitude and direction. Therefore the magnetic lines are in the form of a straight parallel lines. This means that magnetic field is same at all points, or the field is uniform at all points inside the solenoid. And also the direction of the magnetic field lines inside the solenoid is from its south pole towards the north pole. Okay, if it comes like this is north and south, it is south pole towards the north pole. Clear? And outside the solenoid, so outside means कैसे आता है? यहाँ से आता है ना, so यहाँ से south pole to north pole. So only inside it is south pole to north pole, outside the solenoid it is north pole toward the south pole. Okay, so what are the main factors which are responsible for the strength of this magnetic field which is formed inside the solenoid? One thing is number of turns of the coil. If we have many number of turns in the coil, then the magnetic field will be more. If we have a less number of rounds, number of turns in the coil, then will be less number of magnetic field. Second thing, if the amount of current will be more, then the magnetic field will be more. Clear? These are the two things. Okay, from this what we are understanding? We are understanding about electromagnetism. Yes, even you can take a iron nail and you can wound lots of copper wire on them, and you can connect it with the positive and negative of a battery. You know what happened? This iron nail, it will act as a magnet. Even you can keep an iron pin very close to them, this started to attract. Okay, and because of this concept only, this iron nail is not a permanent magnet, but it is act as a magnet. When this will be act as a magnet, only the current flows in it. If I remove the current, then it become normally a iron piece. Okay, based on this concept only, electromagnets are used in very important many devices like electric bell, telephone, telegraphy, generators. All these, even the high cranes, high heavy lifting cranes are also nowadays used for based on electromagnetism. Okay, student. So this is for today, and what we learned today, we learned the different patterns which is formed by, yes, different forms of patterns which is formed while current carrying conductors pass through the different kind of current carrying conductor. If it is passing through the straight line conductor, and how the patterns are formed. If it is for pass through the circular loop conductor, how the different patterns are formed. In a solenoid, how the different kind of patterns of magnetic fields are formed. These are the things we have learned today. If you have any doubts on this, please do ask me in my WhatsApp number. Thank you, student, and have a nice day.